Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the old family farm here with Delores Flofflebotham and myself, CWATTYESO, as we are about to continue doing the harvest that we started in yesterday's video. We've got the barley harvested on field 3 and the field that has no name or number. I think that's what we'll continue to call it. And we're about to start now doing the soybean harvest on the combined field 6 and 7, and then hopefully if we can get that done pretty quickly, we should hopefully be in a position whereby we can get the canola that is currently ready, I believe, ready to harvest on field. Let's have a look. Field. Yeah, 2 and 5 are ready to harvest now, so that is perfect for us. I am just going to make one tiny little adjustment to this. Right, and then I just need to shift the track, of course. And we'll get the soybeans harvested. Obviously bring the pipe in so I don't get caught on any trees. It'll be interesting to see how we get on with the soybeans. How much soybeans can we realistically get off this field? This big field. We got quite a lot last time, I seem to recall. So hopefully it's going to yield just as much. Again, this time a little bit different in the fact that we got the 2-stage fertilising done before the the crop was even growing, so we didn't have to do any spraying or anything out during the growth stages because we fertilised before we cultivated, and then we obviously fertilised as we seeded, which meant 2 stages of fertilisation. Job done. So Delores is quite happy to see that her experiment worked, and now we're waiting to see obviously what kind of yield we get off of this field. Hopefully it's a good one. Because we kind of do need to be making money again. The horses I know are going to be, when we sell those, which we will probably do tomorrow, they'll make us quite a hefty penny, a pretty penny. And I'll remember as well to buy the new horses before I sell the old ones. That way then it doesn't mess up the amount of hay and oats and straw and stuff like that that we've got already in the pen. Because if you completely empty the pen of horses before you stock it with your new ones, you lose the contents. And I don't want to do that. Can't afford to lose, you know, a load of oats and a load of straw and a load of hay, because we don't have that much. Well, we have no way of producing our own hay at the minute because we don't have a mower and a tedder, and it takes a while to grow a lot of oats and harvest oats, so we definitely don't want to be selling all the horses and messing up our horse pen fill rates. But we're doing alright. We're nearly at our first 10,000 litres of soybeans, which is good. Which is very good. As I say, this field behind me will be a lot better eventually once we get it into a position whereby it is going to be grass seeded on it. It's a little bit awkward. I did find as I was trying to harvest it, you may have noticed that that top bit near the cliff is very awkward to get the harvester into, and we've run over the crop. Right, let's go and unload him. We want to be getting this field behind me planted with grass soon, and we need to be getting into mowing grass, producing hay, producing grass. Being able to produce some silage would be nice. Then we can start thinking about maybe having cows as well. I know it's a lot to put on poor old Delores because she's only managing this farm on her own. She has no helpers to assist her. Everything she does, she's got to do herself. I don't help her out in any way, shape or form. I'm just here to record her life. You know, one woman's struggle to, you know, make it in the farming world. Our first 10,000 litres and we're still on field 7. What was field 7? Not even crossed over onto field 6 yet. But ideally, what I would like to do, or what Delores would like to do, after the harvest, this harvest, and most likely after we've sold the horses, we'll be in a good financial position. We can repay the loan, hopefully have a bit of cash left behind. She would maybe like to acquire some more fields, buy back some of her granddad's fields that he sold off early in his sort of later part of his life to provide him with his retirement fund. Obviously the fields he kept, he did just basically to give him something to do. You know, he wasn't ready to completely retire, but at the same time he didn't want a full-on farm at his age, an advancing age, so he sold off some of the fields to obviously make sure he was financially set for the rest of his days, and basically kept a few fields then to work purely as more or less as a hobby then, just to keep him active up until he eventually did pass away. So Delores would like to get some of the fields back. We've talked about it in the previous videos of the series. She would like field 8 over there. She would like fields 1, 4 and 9 over there. She's leaning more towards getting fields 10 and 11 now than she was a little while ago. I think she's feeling a little bit more confident about herself as a farmer now. She's been doing this, you know, for a little while now. She's starting to get grasp the hang of things, and but she's not interested in getting the fields over the far side, you know, 14, 13, 12. She's not interested in those. She would like to keep the fields close to the farm. She doesn't want to be having to travel too far with machinery and equipment and that. And those fields over the hill on the far side there are a little bit too far away. At least all the fields here she can sort of keep an eye on. She can look out the house and kind of see what's going on with the fields. Whereas over there, things are a little bit more difficult. Not that, you know, there's anything, you know, any trouble in the area. The locals are all pretty decent, but, you know, you never know what could happen. So she would much rather have her eyes on things. Nearly full again. Right, that's 20,000 litres then of soybeans currently. And we're still on field 7. We've still not made it to field 6. So field 7 obviously pumped out quite a bit of crop, didn't it? On its own, so certainly combining the two, we should get, you know, a little bit more. Right, I think we're now at this is the border. This is the border strip, if I remember. This is where field 7 used to sort of end. And then we would have had the border, which would have been probably this row and the next row. So the soybeans we get off this is relatively pretty much what's going to be new, which we wouldn't have got before. And then we'll be on to field 6. Also, the field 6 got a bit of an expansion at the top there on that strip, or a couple of strips. So this would have been where the hedge and that was between the two fields. So all the beans we get off here are extras. Delores is definitely enjoying life. Life on the farm. Like I say, we get mostly sunny days. We do get a fair bit of rain, but thankfully nothing too deadly. Right, so this will be field 6 then, that we're harvesting now. Or would have been field 6. And obviously everything past this point is obviously going to be extra now to what we used to get. We're about to get 30,000 litres off of here. Which is not bad. I would say there's probably close to another 30,000 maybe on here. 25. It's tough to predict what we're going to get. Excuse me. Got to drive around the tree. One of the magic trees that, for whatever reason, reappeared. Because I did cut them down, didn't I? And yet they've reappeared. I've got 30,000 litres so far. I wonder how much we're going to end up with. I hope you're leaving your guesses in the comment section down below as to what we're going to get off this field in total. People are probably already trying to do the math. They're probably sat there going with the calculators right now going, well, he gets 4,000 every 2 lanes. If he multiply that by the number of lanes, we will know the answer. The question is, how many lanes are left? I'm thinking 8 lanes. 8 fours are 32. $3,200 litres? 32,000? Be nice, wouldn't it? I like harvest day because it's relaxing. I can just sit here and it's a lot more relaxing. The problem with harvest day is because it's so relaxing, I don't talk as much during it, which means the episodes probably are a bit too quiet for viewers. They lack that that personal touch that comes with obviously creator doing. Why are you stuck? I'm going to have to sort this out because he seems to be having a bit of a dizzy fit. Delores does. That tree, I've got to take them trees out again. I don't know why they reappeared, but they're going to die. The only good tree is a dead tree. Right, we're going to get 10,000 litres going up here. Or near as. Which brings us to a total of 40,000 litres to this field. Nearly at 10,000. There we are. 10,000 litres. Obviously, I've now got to go and empty him, so. Oh well, I've got to empty the combine, come back, and empty him again. So we're at 40,000 litres. Remember that number. I will probably forget it in the next few minutes. So 40,000 litres of soybeans, that's a lot. We should definitely be able to sell some today. Or after the harvest. Make Delores a bit of money. Blink. Right, let's go get them that last 5,000 litres out of him. And we'll carry on. Keep pressing the wrong button. Keep pressing the start shut off engine button when I meant to press the start harvester button. I swear the joypad key bindings aren't very intuitive. There's too many similarities to key commands in the controls. If you press you're pressing the wrong button, or you're holding the wrong button at the time you press something, you do something completely different from what you want to do. That has serious consequences. Like, there's a big difference between turning off a machine and turning on the harvester. Imagine if you go driving up towards a field and just before you hit the edge you hit the stop engine button by mistake instead of the start harvester button. You're going to go free flowing, free rolling, coasting straight into the crop, causing however much destruction, because the brakes don't work once you turn the engine off on any vehicle. And there's no engine braking when the engine's off. Litres now. Looks like it's about 50,000 litres we're going to get off the field. The swarmer was going to get more. So actually, 49,388 litres this time. Didn't quite hit the magical 50. Yeah, good harvest, good quantity. We can be happy with that, can't we? Right, on to field 2 and the canola. Is looking very nice. I could shift the track, but it doesn't hardly seems worthwhile, so I'm just going to drive down here. Now this field I could drive straight across and harvest because it's the same crop. But I don't know if I will or not. Hope we're going to get a nice canola harvest. Because we'll need it for feeding the piggies. It also means I'm going to have to do corn and sunflower again soon. Oh, it's a lot easier to do this harvest now. This flipping building, that old shack ain't there. I'm glad I got rid of that. Put something else in there in time that's probably a bit more useful to the farm. Of course, the only problem is doing this now, I've kind of messed myself up. Because I've got no way of telling how much extra canola we're going to get off of this field by not harvesting them separate. That's the downside to doing them both at the same time. Right, we're at 8,300 litres. We're definitely going to hit 10,000 in a second, so I'm going to have to go and empty the Fiat and then come and empty the combine. Nice if you could just get through this strip and be sat out in the open. That would help me out a great deal. Can be close. I think we've done it though. Oh, not quite. That's a shame. That is such a shame. I thought I was going to just make it to the end of that strip and be full, and then we would have been in the clear. All the soybeans stored. The black gold. Problem is, it's a bit too tight to continue doing it down that way. So what I'll do is I'll do enough room so I can come off the field and turn round, and then I'll go back and finish off field 2. And field 5 will work up and down for the rest of it. It's going to be too difficult because I haven't got room to turn around on that end because of them trees. Those fir trees make it impossible for me to work the field in that direction. So, this will work this way now. And just keep looping it. So once I come off the top, I'll go down and do that far left side, and then work towards the middle of the field. Nearly at 10,000 litres again. This is going to be close. I'm going to get the end again before we get full, or is it going to be full? It's probably going to do a repeat of what it did last time. It is indeed. 20,000 litres of canola so far. All in all, it's looking like being a very good harvest day. Doesn't it? And then we can get through the rest of the field. Hopefully, we might get another 10,000 litres off this one yet. Not quite, we won't quite get 10,000 off of this one field. Another 10,000 off what's left. We've got 5,000 litres. Just over. Right, well, I'm going to the combine at this point. I'm conscious of the video's time, so I'm going to say this is the end of this episode. I'm going to carry on, get the canola harvest done. I'll also get the straw picked up and stored in the hayloft. Won't sell any crops today. When I bring you guys back for the next video, that is when we'll have a look at what we've got to sell and stuff like that. Whilst we've got a little bit of time before, obviously, we get everything sort of ploughing and cultivating and fertilising and seeded and stuff like that. So thank you all for watching the video. I hope you've gone ahead and clicked that like button. If you haven't done, do it now. I hope you've left any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, etc. in this section down below. And of course, if you're not already doing so, I hope you've pressed the subscribe button as well, because you really should be subscribed to the channel by now. And then you can stay up to date with all the content I produce. So from Delores Flofflebotham in the John Deere, and myself, CWATTYESO, thank you all for watching. Goodbye for now.